Good morning, Thursday the 20th of December 2012. I am looking at the rather big story that's broken in the Daily Mail. It's titled, "A Victory for the Mail. Children will be protected from online porn after Cameron orders automatic block on sites." To quote, Prime Minister says, "It is utterly appalling that children are exposed to the darkest corners of the internet." He appoints Claire Perry MP as advisor on reversing commercialisation and sexualisation of childhood. Okay, news on this subject in full from the Daily Mail. To quote, "Children will be protected by a block on online pornography which parents will have to choose to have lifted," David Cameron vows today. After weeks of confusion over the government's plans to protect youngsters, the Prime Minister makes clear that under the proposals, web filters will be default on for houses with children. In an article for the Daily Mail, the Prime Minister says it is utterly appalling that so many children have been exposed to the darkest corners of the internet, adding, "A silent attack on innocence is underway in our country today." Excuse me. I'll repeat that. "It is utterly appalling that so many children have been exposed to the darkest corners of the internet," adding, "A silent attack on innocence is underway in our country today, and I'm determined that we fight it with all we've got." He announces that Conservative MP Claire Perry, who has led the campaign for a broader automatic block on adult material for all internet users, is to be appointed as his advisor on reversing the commercialisation and sexualisation of childhood. She will be in charge of implementing the new web filter system, which will also require internet providers to check the age of the person setting controls. Mr. Cameron's intervention follows a concerted campaign for an automatic block by this newspaper and will be welcomed by campaigners on child internet safety, although concerns remain about how the government plans to address children accessing porn via their own smartphones and phones and tablets, such as iPads using public Wi-Fi. Ministers were criticised last week when they appear to have rejected calls for an automatic block on adult material for all households. Critics said ministers have put the profits of internet giants ahead of the safety of children by vetoing an opt-in system under which adults could only see adult images if they specifically asked to do so. Mr. Cameron, however, insists it is clear that a more sophisticated system will be more effective, arguing that straightforward on-off filters are so wide-ranging that parents often switch them off in frustration when they block innocent sites. The Prime Minister says the Mothers' Union, which has advised the government on how to shield children from adult and violent internet content, is backing alternative proposals to allow parents to tailor exactly what they can and cannot see. Ministers are understood to have imposed a timetable on internet providers who will be required to raise their game and produce detailed plans by February on ensuring that all parents are given the option of imposing filters. Mr. Cameron says that when people switch on a new computer, they will be asked if there are children in the house, and if they answer yes, they will be automatically prompted to tailor internet filters. They will include options to block particular kinds of content, individual sites, or restrict access at specific times of the day. If parents click through the options to set up a new system quickly, filters against pornography and self-harm sites will be automatically left on. So this is a kind of default on for houses with children. It's just that it adds much more control for parents about exactly what is restricted, the Prime Minister writes. Mrs. Perry, MP for Devizes and a parliamentary aide at the Ministry of Defence, said she welcomed the Prime Minister's plans. Clearly, like many others, I thought an opt-in was the simplest and best way to do it, she said. But you have to listen when you do consultations. It is clear people think that more needs to be done, but there isn't a majority in favour of an automatic block. If you have proper age verification systems, then I think this new system will put us a long way ahead of the rest of the world. As near as damn it, we have got what we want and most campaigners are quite happy. The industry has, with a few notable exceptions, been quite slow, but there is now good momentum. It will be my job to make sure it all gets implemented. Mrs. Perry said effective checks on the age of a person setting up filters, probably using credit card details and the electoral roll, would be vital to ensure children could not get around the new system. Access to adult content via smartphones remained a concern, but she said all parents signing a mobile contract should be offered the chance to set up a filter. John Brown of the NSPCC said the charity still believed an opt-in system was the best way to protect children, but called the Prime Minister's proposals a big step in the right direction. A survey by the charity of Childline 851, a survey by the charity Childline of 851 youngsters, most aged between 11 and 15, revealed that 2 in 5 young people had seen or read something online that upset them. Some 56% of youngsters said they believed all illegal or inappropriate materials should be filtered out as standard. David Cameron, nothing matters more than keeping our children safe. Recently, there has been a lot of debate about how we protect our children from damaging influences online, pornography, suicide websites, violent videos, and so on. Let me be clear right from the start. I am the father of 3 young children, and I take this issue extremely seriously. To me, the fact that so many children have visited the darkest corners of the internet is not just a matter of concern, it is utterly appalling. A silent attack on innocence is underway in our current country today, and I am determined that we fight it with all we've got. Some might ask why then this government has not taken the route of default on filters for new computers, so that each one that is bought comes with blanket filters for all unsuitable content. There's a simple reason why we haven't done this. All the evidence suggests such a crude system wouldn't work very well in practice. Take the experience of one parent I met. She has a tablet computer which her young daughter sometimes plays games on. It's got straightforward on-off filters, so she turned the filter on to protect her daughter. However, the filters were so wide-ranging that she then found she couldn't access things like TV stations on demand. They were blocked too. The result, she just switched the filter off again, as it was becoming annoying. The point is, we need a more sophisticated system than this, one that allows parents to tailor exactly what their children can see. This is what child safety experts recommend. It's what Reg Bailey, the head of the Mothers Union, recommends. So that's exactly what we're bringing in. With our system, when people switch on their new computer, a question will pop up asking if there are children in the house. If there are, then parents will be automatically prompted to tailor their internet filters. That's all from Bob's Online, and more later. Thank you for watching. Bye.